Hello, this is our final socket project demonstration video for CSE434, and this is for Group 104. So to begin, we'll compile our client and server programs. So to that, we'll do gcc udp echo client.c-o, and we'll call this client. That compiled, so we'll do the same thing for server. udp echo server.c-o and server. So both the files compiled. So we'll start running the server on this General 3 node down here, and then run the client programs on General 3, General 4, and General 5 at the top. So we'll call /server 53000. The server is running on that port, and we will call 3 client processes with the socket of the server to connect to. So as you can see, all 3 General 3, General 4, and General 5 nodes are connected to the server now. So we'll start 6 free peers. I'll start 3 on General 3 and 3 on General 4. So to do that, we'll register user 1, and we need the IPv4 address of General 3, which is 10.120.70.106. And we'll do 53001, 53002, and 53004, or 3, excuse me, for the ports. And as you can see, the server received the command register user, return success, and the client received success. So now we'll do that 2 more times for this client with user 2. The same IPv4 address, 06, and 53004, 53005, and 53006. You receive success, and we'll do that again. Let's say user 3, and the same IP address, 6, and these ports. So all 3 are successful. We'll move to this General 4 node for the other 3. And it's the same process. We'll call this user 4, except we'll need the IPv4 address of the General 4 node, which is this. And we'll use these ports right here: 53010, 53011, and 53012. Now it's successful, so now we'll do register 2 more times on this client. We'll call this user 5, 10.120.70.145, 53010, or 013, excuse me, 53014, and 53015. Now it's also successful, so we'll call register again for the last user, user 6. The same IPv4 address, 5, and with these ports. And all of those were successful as well. So what we'll do is now we will set up 2 rings of size 3. So I'll set up 1 ring on this General 3 node here. So I'll do setup ring size 3, and an O-ring user. Let's call it, just say user 1 for simplicity. And then finally setup complete, a ring ID of 1, and the leader will be user 1. Enter a port number, we'll say 53002. So receive the command, setup complete, and return success. So now user 1 is listening on port 53002. We'll come to the General 4 node here to create the second ring. So setup ring size 3, O-ring user, we'll say user 4. So it again created a ring right here, as you can see on the server side, and it received the ring right here on the client side. And we'll call setup complete, enter ring ID 2, the leader will just be user 4, enter a port number, we'll say 53011. And so that command was a success, and now user 4 is listening on port 53011. Okay, so now that the 2 rings are created, we'll start 2 additional peers, and I'll do that on the general 5 node here at the right. We'll call them user 7, and now we need the IPv4 address of the general 5 node, so that's 10.120.70.117, and then 3 more ports, so 53019, 53020, and 53021. That was a success, and so we'll register the other peer with the username user8, the same IPv4 address, and these ports. And 53024. Okay, so now that these 2 additional peers were created, each one of them is going to issue 2 compute commands. So now we'll do compute, enter a free username user7. As you can see, here's the info sent back by the server. It returns the leader of the ring, the sum, and the max. And so we'll do that once again. User7, and then as you can see, once again, it returns the leader of the ring, the sum, and the max. And then we'll call compute on user8 this time. And as you can see, again, the leader of the ring, the sum, and the max. And finally, the last compute command, enter for username user8, and the output here. Okay, so now that the compute commands have been initiated, let's tear down one of the rings. So we'll do 6, which is tear down ring. Enter a ring ID, we'll just say the first ring. The username, which should be the leader, so username 1 or user 1. And as you can see, it received command tear down ring 1, user 1, and it received success. And we will complete the tear down 1 and user 1. And so it completely tore down the ring, as you can see by it receiving success. And so now we'll issue compute commands again. We'll do user 7. And as you can see, it is using the other ring now, the ring where the leader is user 4. And we will also do one more for user 8. And as you can see, the user 8 compute command now shows the second ring as well. And so now we will deregister the user 8 and user 7. So that will be deregister user 7. It receives success. We will again deregister user 8. It receives success. And now user 1, it receives success. Deregister user 2, it receives success. And deregister user 3, it receives success. And that's correct, since that first ring was torn down, so users 1, 2, and 3 are freed. So now we can tear down the final ring, or the second ring, ring ID of 2, and the leader is user 4. It receives success from the server, as you can see here. And we can deregister those as well now too. Deregister user 4, deregister user 5, and deregister user 5, and deregister user 6. And finally, we can kill all these processes. Thank you.